What if Sylvanas Windrunner saved Anduin Rin? Forget everything you know about the Shadowlands. We're about to explore a timeline so twisted it could shatter the very foundations of Azeroth. Imagine this. The moment the jailer reaches for Anduin, intending to forge him into a weapon of domination, Sylvanas hesitates. A flicker of her past. A memory of Arthas, of another golden-haired prince twisted into a monster, flashes before her eyes. In that split second, she makes a different choice. Instead of standing by, she acts. With a scream of defiance, Sylvanas unleashes a barrage of shadow-laced arrows not at our heroes, but at the jailer's chains binding Anduin. The chains shatter, and in the ensuing chaos, she grabs the stunned king, opens a death gate, and pulls him through, not to Oribos, but to a hidden corner of Maldraxxus. The jailer is enraged, his perfect vessel stolen. The heroes are left bewildered. Why would she do this? What is her plan? Back in Maldraxxus, an uneasy and volatile alliance is born. Sylvanas, now a traitor to the jailer, and Anduin, her captive and yet her salvation, are forced to rely on each other to survive. She sees in him a chance to undo her greatest sin, a way to prevent another Arthas. Anduin, though distrustful, sees the conflict within her, a sliver of the Ranger General she once was. He realizes that redemption isn't just about forgiveness, it's about action. This isn't a story of romance. It's a story of two broken souls trying to find a path forward in the heart of darkness. Their escape sends ripples across the Shadowlands. Without his chosen champion, the jailer's plans are thrown into disarray. He accelerates his efforts, unleashing the full might of his moss-worn forces in a desperate, brutal campaign. The Covenants, already strained, begin to crumble under the relentless assault. Back on Azeroth, news of Anduin's abduction by Sylvanas throws both the Horde and the Alliance into chaos. Turalyon, now Regent Lord, declares Sylvanas a world-ending threat, consolidating power and preparing for a crusade that threatens to be as zealous and dangerous as any enemy they've faced. Genn Greymane is consumed by a singular, vengeful purpose: hunt Sylvanas down, no matter the cost, even if it means sacrificing the king he swore to protect. While the factions on Azeroth teeter on the brink of another war, Sylvanas and Anduin are forging their own path. They fight alongside unsung heroes of the Shadowlands, renegade necrolords, disillusioned Venthyr, and wild spirits of Ardenweald. Anduin, no longer just a king or a priest, is tempered in the fires of constant battle. He learns the brutal calculus of survival from Sylvanas, while he, in turn, reminds her of the hope and honor she thought she'd long abandoned. She teaches him to fight with cunning. He teaches her to feel again. The final confrontation isn't what we expect. It's not the united heroes of Azeroth against the jailer. Instead, it's this fractured, unlikely duo, Sylvanas and Anduin, who execute a daring strike right at the heart of the Maw. They use the jailer's own tactics against him, creating chaos and exploiting his impatience. The climax sees Sylvanas making the ultimate sacrifice, not for the Horde, not for redemption in the eyes of others, but to save the one person who showed her that a sliver of her old self still existed. Her final act ensures the jailer's defeat and secures Anduin's freedom. Anduin returns to a changed Azeroth. He is no longer the boy king. He is a hardened veteran, a leader who has looked into the abyss and wrestled with the darkness in himself and others. He carries the weight of Sylvanas' sacrifice, a complex legacy of a villain who became an unlikely savior. The world he now leads is uncertain, scarred by mistrust, but under his guidance, it has a chance for a different kind of peace, one forged not in righteous fury, but in difficult, nuanced understanding. This single choice created a new future, proving that even in the deepest shadows, the smallest act of defiance can change everything. Thanks so much for diving into this alternate timeline with me. What do you think would happen next in this version of Azeroth? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the worlds we love. Until next time, stay legendary.